I have returned to Thorin's Hall after quite a bit of journeying, and here's Wuffy.
What do you want?
You've come a long way to be here, Pinefear. What business could bring a dowdy minstrel such as yourself all the way from Holeen to Thorin's Gate? Ooh. This is a relic of the old days, to be sure. I fear I cannot identify its lineage and strengths of the weapon for you. It is ancient beyond my reckoning, learned though I am in these matters. However, my kinsman Rosar, the Forge Master, will surely have more to say than I, for his knowledge is vast and exceeds my own. Show him the weapon, and he will give you an assessment of its strengths and potentials. Now, I suppose that the point of this particular quest is to say not just anyone can identify these, meaning the quest giver here, but you need a specific forge master, because otherwise, why couldn't they have just sent us to the forge master in the first place? So I guess they wanted to drive that point home. Okay, here is Rosar, the forge master,
Well met, friend.
and here we go. There we are. We have identified the weapon, which is going to do 69 points. It actually does better DPS already than my old weapon. Okay, I guess that's nice. There you go. Ah, okay. Everything's being done by Wafi. I have a feeling that maybe they wanted to avoid having Rosar go through a bunch of quest text. Maybe that's the reason for it. So they wanted to separate the two roles, so that anyone here around that level, because you wouldn't be identifying weapons unless you've gone through this quest already. Oh well, whatever.
Greetings.
Okay, what about if you're in the latter stages of this particular quest line, and they want to avoid having to say, if you have done this quest, then do this. If you haven't done this quest, then don't do that. Yeah. Incredible, Pineveer. This weapon is truly mighty, and you are fortunate to have come into possession of such a thing. However, it is not strong enough to stand against the creature of which you speak. 1,000 curses on his foul hide for keeping the dwarves from Moria. I see that you have a number of relics. You should apply one of them to your weapon to further customize its abilities. Once you have done this, speak to me again. Alright, I have got some relics here. And let's see, I've got a bronze of might, morale, power, and will. I guess will would be nice. I don't think I'd be running out of power too much, so let's try will. There you go. And what does that give me? That gives me plus 15 will, 404 physical mastery, 404 tactical mastery. That should be fine enough, right? Oh, I didn't check what. Healing skills induction time. Well, that's always nice to lower down. Soliloquy of the spirit healing magnitude. Well, do I even have soliloquy of the spirit? Well, maybe not. I'll have to find out where that is. And finally, Triumphant Spirit cooldown. And Triumphant Spirit, that's one of these. Pretty sure that's. Should see how much I remember these things. Yes, that shows you how much I know the minstrel. I can't even remember which skill is which. I have a feeling some of these I don't even have, which is always a possibility when you get these at lower levels.
What do you need?
A good choice, Pineveer. You will acquire more relics as you adventure, and should feel free to customize your weapon with the appropriate relic for each situation. This weapon is still not strong enough to defeat the Watcher of the Waterfront Minstrel, but it might become so. I'll tell you how it might be. I'm wondering if I were playing a champion and I selected the Will Relic, would he say, good choice? Probably, but it'd be really nice if he says, what, a champion select a Will Relic? What are you doing? Or actually, I was thinking maybe perhaps even a Bjorning might be stranger. Says, okay, what do you need the will for? I suppose if you really needed some will to keep to reduce fears from going on you or something, I don't know. Forgotten lineage. Whatever's the case, let's finish this. Choose one: Drowned Kingdom or Deep Halls. Since I am a dwarf, I'll take the Deep Halls. I know, I know, I know. Wonderful reason to do that.
Come and stay a moment.
Weapons of such worth improve as they are used, Pinebeer. Only when they're wielded in battle can they achieve their true measures of greatness. Equip the weapon and use it against worthy foes, and it will improve as you do. When you've achieved a high measure of worth, bring it to me or the learned Dethalion in Rivendell, and one of us will advise you on what must be done next. And the easiest way for me to fight against worthy opponents will, of course, be to run a skirmish. Seeing how. Yeah, might as well put this on here. Oh, yes, and might as well use this right? Or is it runes? Okay, I've got runes. Avoidance, defense, or deflection. Avoidance. That sounds like a nice thing for a minstrel. Good. Now, let me choose a worthy skirmish.
The Dower Hands have forged an alliance with the Blue Crag Goblins and have laid siege to Gondamon for nearly 2 weeks. The final assault will soon be launched.
I decided to go with the thematic approach to selecting a skirmish. This is all the reinforcements I get? Yeah, I'm sorry. Gondaman has been a free city for as long as I have ever known. Well, it all depends on how old he is, but I suppose if he's leading the place, he must have a reasonable age in there. Now, I might as well head down and be prepared for this little fight. And then we could start with our little battle to save Gondaman. No, I don't. Yeah, I've got an herbalist here, which probably, well, I think I'm in war speech anyway, so perhaps that's for the best. I think that's probably why I chose an herbalist, because if I were in healing stance, I certainly wouldn't be using an herbalist. It would be rather ridiculous if you're soloing with 2 healers and nobody to do damage. There you go. And now starting to get some XP to my weapon here, no doubt. Alright, now to the north side. Now, what have I got here? Legendary level. See, look, I've already got to level 1 of my legendary item. Actually, it reached level 4. Yeah. How did I get to level 4 already? I have no idea. It's rather easy to start getting up a level. Oh, that's right, because I've got all these mobs here. Hey, maybe I could use an anthem here and remember how to play a minstrel. West. I've reached level 5. Alright, the levels will start to slow down, but I should be at level 10, which is the level you need to be for the next part of this. By the time this skirmish is over. And in fact, there's another one there. I might even manage to get the level 10 by the time this assault is over at the rate this is going. Level 6. Whee! Yeah. No, that's not a good time to hit the wrong button. Hey, you could, thank you. Yeah, don't go on Twitch. kill hotbars in the middle of a fight. It doesn't work out all that well. How am I doing on level 7? Alright. Yeah. Actually, I use this so rarely, I might as well. If anyone goes around silencing me, I probably would save it for those occasions, but I just don't really use Cry as a Chorus as much as I really should be, because there's probably some deed for it that... Thank you. At least I remember that this time. Where were we? Oh, yeah, it's you guys. Oh, the bird's back. Well, actually, it's probably not a good way of saying that, considering that we've also got all those Hendravile there. There you go. Well, I suppose my my herbalist must be my tank also, apparently. I so used to tanking there, I was wondering, hey, where are you on my herbalist? You should be on... Actually, no, that's right. I believe I intentionally set up my herbalist to be my tank. So if my herbalist is delightfully tanking for me, then it's all fine. Though I really should do a little more training for my herbalist, because if my herbalist gets killed because I'm trained her only to level 40 while I'm level 50 and the mobs are level 50, well, it's not her fault. I know that people like to blame their soldiers for things, but there are some things you can do to help your soldier. Of course, sometimes that doesn't help all that much, but that's another matter. I'm going to say, I think we're getting pretty close to it's 8 right now. This might be the last wave of the assault. So it's probably going to take 2 assaults then before I get to... Before I get to the point where I can properly... Oh, there you go. Before I could have this thing up to level 10. Once it gets to level 10, I'll probably break from the... Hey! Ouch! That bleed hurts. Whew. Alright, well, that's it for that. How close am I on this? I am almost at the end of level 8. Yeah, during the next assault, I will most assuredly get this up to level 10. And who knows, maybe I'll even have an encounter or two. We'll have to find that out. Hello? Oh, West. And here they come. Let's see. Now the warriors, it's hard to remember which ones are the ones that like to toss the axes and which ones are the ones that prefer melee. Because there are some situations where the Darhan warriors are the ones who like to throw the axes, and apparently ones like here where they're not. It's so confusing. I think I'm at level 9 now. Yeah, well into level 9. Now, Gondomar seems to be a good one for getting experience. The experience you need. At level 50, you can pretty much do Thievery and Mischief. And in fact, Thievery and Mischief is one of my favorite ones to do for it because it's certainly a lot faster than Gondomar. So the only reason why I chose Gondomar was thematic reasons. Oh, there you go. North? Actually, isn't there a... Yeah, there is a track thing here. Yeah. I should be doing that rather than going back and forth here. And they went through the trouble of adding that tracker there. Why not actually use it in one of those cases where I'm actually care. Sometimes I really don't care enough in order to bother with it. Meaning as in usually. He's probably when I get back and all that stuff, but seeing how this is a quest whose entire point is to get the level 10. And I just keep on giving this commentary saying, well, how close are we to 10? Well, yeah, track it in that case. And I could always untrack it when we are done with this. Or maybe since this is our first item, maybe we could just keep track of it anyway. There you go. Now for you guys and you guys, you guys. Now the question is, how far will I go along in this before deciding? Because you know there is the completed Hedgeval Slayer. Whee! Ooh, I am just a sliver away from 10 there. Okay, well that distracted me completely. Yeah! There you go. Your new weapon has reached the 10th level of advancement. Yay! Let's get all these bleeds off of me. Yikes. But let's see. But I think I was saying that I will likely just keep that on all the way through there. At least as long as I'm on my first weapon, just for the novelty of it. But at some point I am going to be using the Valor because my goal is with this character is to do Mordor stuff. There you go. And I don't feel like going all the way through everything of Mordor, and I figure level 50 is a good starting point for that. Ooh, I distracted him. That might not be the best idea in the world. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Yeah, I was afraid of that. He likes doing that. Whew. Oh, we still got that wolf there. Thank you. Ooh, an encounter. It must be that this... Oh, we got the thing from the other direction. Alright. I'll throw the completed, improved echoes... Oh, for a moment there I thought I was going to say something like New Deed, Echoes of Battle. I mean, that would have been really bad. Alright, come this way, come this way. Because I don't want to lose anything down on the other side. Because that's the real danger of this particular encounter is one of your guards getting killed as a result of that. And all the way down at the north end. Alright, now I've got the Flag of Gondomar. This is the last wave of the assault. I haven't seen the lieutenant banner come up yet. So maybe there's no lieutenant? There isn't. So I will start that right away. Right, yes, that's right, because the Daywalker was with the one just before the flag. So this will be wave 8. Alright, good. And I like doing this to make sure that I'm going to be all nice and done before the interval ends. And that's the end of the second wave, and I've already completed the quest. So I am going to meet you again when I... I'll meet you again after the skirmish is over. One of the disadvantages of running Siege Economy for the leveling of your LI is that you may completely not have time to put points into your LI. I completely forgot about that until I was done there, so I went through the entire thing without a single point in there.
What do you need?
You've done well, Pinebeater. Your weapon has advanced to an impressive level indeed. Well, of course, I am a minstrel, so the attack damage of my weapon isn't exactly what you call a top priority. I'll give you that.
Might you lend me an ear?
Now that the weapon has reached the 10th level of advancement, the Forge Master can reforge it for you. Reveal hidden strengths and abilities. Yes, perhaps your weapon holds within it the strength needed to face the creature that lurks within the pool, Pinebeer. You should bring it to the Forge Master for reforging in order to do this. Alright, back to the Forge Master.
Greetings, traveler!
Let's reforge this. Alright, let's see. I guess that's another thing is if he's giving all the quests, then his interface will be free for you to do the interactions that you need to learn. That's probably the reason why they did that. Normally I turn off refunding when I'm reforging, but since I didn't put any points into it, silly me, I guess I really don't need to do that. And I also might as well call this Pine. How about the... Actually, instead of using Pine in my name, which is what I really do with my legendary items most often, how about, let's see, Vengeance of... Oh boy. Alright. How about Stout Club? Alright, since I'm a Stout Axe, then I'll call it a Stout Club. Or, yeah, this is a club. Yeah, okay, this is a Stout Club. Stout Club 1. Because you know there are going to be a Stout Club 2, a Stout Club 3. Call of the second age damage and still his death cooldown. Normally, I would pick Call of the second age without a blink there with this comparison. I mean, unless I were a minstrel in a group whose main purpose was to survive the fight so I could res people after a major problem like that, which is a possibility. Then if it were the latter case, then yes, still is death the obvious case. But Call of second age when you're soloing minstrel very definitely would be preferable. There is this little thing about that minor tier 1, but I'm going to go with it anyway, despite that bit of a disadvantage. Usually, though, if I choose the other one during the second reforging, it'll pop up again at a better tier, but I'll do it anyway. I can't resist tier 3 versus tier 1. Despite the fact that it probably doesn't mean all that much in the case of your first weapon.
Greetings.
That's done it, Pinebeer! The reforging of your weapon has revealed it to be a very high quality indeed. You must return it to Helene at once and show it to Rothwald, the dwarf at the crumbling near the Echadunan. Then that you wield a great weapon. Surely it will give the dwarves of the company a newfound hope. Good was my friend. Khazad-dûm awaits. Yes, it awaits, which is where I'm going to meet you in the next episode of Piney Plays a Stout Minstrel.